Today we're checking out an electric bike with some really decent specs for a bike under $1,000. Now I know it says $1,100 here, but once you use my discount code, you can save another $100 off this thing. It says here that the Hovsco GTRS can go up to 32 miles an hour. And with a 1500 watt motor and 90 Newton meters of torque, I think this bike's got a chance. So while I top up this 15 amp hour battery with the supplied 3 amp charger, let's take a closer look at the Hovsco GTRS. And why don't we start with the beauty shots? Cue the B-roll. Starting out back, the Hovsco GTRS rolls on a set of Chaoyang fat tires. That's literally what it says here. They're 20-inch tall by 4 inches wide, and they've got some pretty aggressive tread, so this thing should do well off-road. But it's got a nice steady channel here in the middle, so it should be nice and quiet on the roads. And check out the wheels on this thing. These are mag wheels. They don't have any spokes. It's just one piece. These are gonna stay nice, straight, and strong for the entire life of the bike. Nice. Let's take a look at the drivetrain, starting with this tiny little cute Shimano derailleur. This will shift 7 speeds on the 7-speed Shimano freewheel. And up front, the setup's pretty simple. Chainring protected by 2 plastic guards, some unbranded cranks, and some metal pedals. You've got suspension front and rear on the GTRS. Check out this rear shock. It's a compressed air can back here to keep the bike nice and light, no heavy coil. Unfortunately though, you can't make any adjustments to this. There's no rebound, compression, or air valve to pump in a different amount of PSI. So the bike's frame stretches out a little past the seat here. This gives you a handle, and it looks like there's a couple of holes here. Might be able to mount a basket back here. But check out this seat. Nice, long, and super cushy. I'm really looking forward to sitting on this thing for a couple hours. Moving up front, here's a shot of the suspension fork. Doesn't look like there's a ton of travel, maybe inch or two at most. And just like the rear suspension, there's no adjustments to do here. No compression, no rebound, no lockout or preload. What you get is what you get. Here's a shot of the big LED headlight. Looks like there's a halo around the outside and a projector lens in the middle. We'll turn this on in just a sec, but first, let's take a look at the controls. So the handlebars you get are kind of BMX style. They've got a nice riser on it with a bar in the middle to mount a bunch of accessories. They're not super wide, but they're not super narrow either. Kind of in the middle. On the right here, you get a nice grip with some nice soft rubber. This should be super grippy once I get my gloves on. And right next to that, you get your 7-speed Shimano shifter. And over here on the left, you get the same grip, a thumb throttle, and your remote for all the bike's electronics. You get a plus and minus button to go up and down your pedal assist. These double as your turn signal buttons. I'm assuming if you double tap this, it'll go to the right, and if you double tap this, it'll go to the left. This one turns on your headlights on and off. And here's your power button to turn the bike on and off, and a mode button to cycle through the information on the screen. Okay, I'm gonna hold the power button. Oh. There we go, much better. Let's hold the power button, turn the screen on. Nice, pretty simple. Battery meter up top here with 5 bars. Cycling through our pedal assist here, it goes from 0 all the way to 5. You got your speedometer here on the right, and cycling through the information, we have odometer and trip. And just like I told you, if you double click on the plus and minus buttons, this is nice because you get a reminder that your turn signal's on. Okay, you guys ready to see the headlight? Let's turn it on. Nice. Nice wide projector style headlight. This looks pretty decent. Let's take a look at the back. So here's a shot of the tail light. The bike's on right now, so there's no daytime running lights. But if we hold the brake, oh, they actually blink when you hold the brake. Nice. And when we turn the headlight on, there you go. Still blinks when you hold the brake. And let's turn left. Here's the turn signals. And for a $1,000 bike, Hovsco didn't skimp out on the brakes either. These are dual piston hydraulic brakes that bite on 180 mil rotors. It's the same setup in the front and in the back, so this should give us plenty of braking power on this little bike. Let's see what kind of speed we can spin it up to without any weight on it. Okay, I got 20 miles an hour. There must be a way to unlock this thing. we'll figure that out once we take it outside. Okay, so after doing a little digging on the internet, I found a way to unlock this bike. First thing you gotta do is hold the brake lever, then you're gonna push plus and minus and power button at the same time, all four. This will get a blinking light up here, and when you hold the plus and minus button, you get access to P3. This is something that's not in the regular menu. Once you're here, 0 will be locked out at 20 miles an hour, and 1 will be unrestricted. There you go. So now if we go up to pedal assist 5, now we're able to get better speed on this bike. But as you guys saw, I only got 29 miles an hour on here, and it says 32. And that's with no weight on it. So, I don't know. Why don't we take it outside and see the real speed of this thing? Okay, I think I've seen enough. How about we take this thing outside for a spin? Good morning, boys and girls. Today is the first ride on the Hovsco GTRS. I know I probably butchered the name earlier, but that's what it is. It's the Hov GTRS. And I'm pretty excited to show you guys what $1,000 gets you in 2025. I remember probably a year ago now, I reviewed the Highboy P6, and that was $1,000. And for what you got, you know, simple hardtail frame, I think it was a 5 or maybe a 750 watt motor. Anyways, pretty basic stuff, right? Cable brakes, nothing crazy. But for $1,000 here, you're getting full suspension, hydraulic disc brakes, 750 watt motor that peaks at 1500. I mean, you know, the battery's not huge on this thing. It's 15 amp hours, but I'm pretty excited to see what this thing's got. Let's see how fast we can get going downhill. Nice. So we don't have a restricted motor, which is nice. And some motors will actually put a lot of resistance once it gets past a certain speed. Okay, I've got a full battery, so let's do the first test. Let's climb some hills. I always start right here at my fire hydrant, and up ahead is a very long, sustained 15% grade hill. I'm gonna go pedal assist number 5, as much power as the bike can get. And you know what? I'm gonna let it go until if it gets down to about 5 miles an hour, then I'm gonna start helping it. But hopefully we don't have to help it with pedaling. So I got up to about 19 miles an hour before the hill really started. And I'm holding strong at 14 miles an hour. Check this out. 14, 14. Looks like the speedometer's pretty accurate. 15, 15, yeah. 15 miles an hour uphill is not too bad at all. Pretty average, you know, like I was expecting something a little bit less than this, honestly. You know, bikes at this price point usually over-embellish the specs, right? They over-embellish what the bike can do. But, you know, this actually feels like a 750 watt sustained motor. Nice job. So let's turn the bike around and go to Test Drive Island. I'm gonna unlock the bike and we'll really let it stretch its legs. Now guys, I'm not here to sell you this bike, like I've told you before. If this is the right bike for you, I wanna show you and teach you everything you need to know about this bike so that you can make an educated decision. With the test I'm gonna show you, I couldn't bullshit you if I tried. You're gonna see how fast it goes. You're gonna see how fast it accelerates, how well it brakes. You already saw how well it climbs a hill. I'm not here to feed you bull. I'm just here to show you real life tests with the bike. Before we go to Test Drive Island and really unlock the bike and see the top speed, let's see how fast it accelerates. I always start right here at my lamp pole, and just up ahead there's a driveway pullout. If I can get to 20 miles an hour, we got a good bike. This bike has 90 Newton meters of torque, and it says it can get up to 1500 watts of power to that rear motor. So let's go pedal assist number 5. I'm gonna go throttle only. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Pretty smooth takeoff. Nothing crazy. 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. Man, that was close. Like, very, very close. I think I was transitioning from 19 to 20 as I was hitting the driveway pullout. So, decently fast little bike. You know what, guys? For $1,000 right now, I don't have a lot of negative things to say. Okay, so when you get a new bike, you kind of want to get used to it, right? See what it's all about. The most unique part about this Hovsco GTRS is how dang short it is. The wheelbase I'm talking about, right? Like how far apart the wheels are. It's so compact. It's really cool. It's different, right? Most moped-style e-bikes are longer, they're stable, they're meant to go fast, and they're meant to be, ridden kind of like a little motorcycle. But this little guy is super short, which should make the handling really nimble. Let's test it out. So I'm gonna get a little bit of speed here and then just lean it into some S-turns. See what it feels like. Here we go, 20 miles an hour. Let's lean it over. It is so, like, I think the best word to describe this thing is just zippy, right? It's very nimble, it's very quick. Very nice. It's just fun, it's different, Woo! Time for the top speed run on the Hovsco GTRS. Now on the website, it says that this bike can get up to 32 miles an hour. I don't know if that's possible. One reason. You guys remember inside the studio, I spun the wheel and we could only get 29 miles an hour with no weight on it. So with a 190-pound human sitting on it, I'm pretty sure it's gonna go even slower. Now, is that pedaling top speed? Maybe. We'll test out both. First, we're gonna start throttle only. And I'm gonna start in pedal assist 0 just to see if we get any power in 0, and we don't. So let's go to number 1. Take off, and it looks like the throttle is limited to what pedal assist mode you're in. So in pedal assist number 1, I'm getting 8 miles an hour. Pedal assist number 2 goes up to 12. Pedal assist number 3 gets us up to 15 miles an hour. Number 4. $17, $16, about 16 miles an hour. And number 5. There we go, there's the rest of the power. Okay, 24, 25, 26. Let's go, little guy. 27, 28. Yeah, just like I thought. I got up to about 28 on the bike speedometer, 27 on the bike's GPS. I don't know why companies do that. They over embellish what the bike can actually do on paper, and then people get it and they're disappointed, right? Why not under promise and over deliver? Just my 2 cents. So I don't know what weirdo would want to pedal this thing. I mean, it is a bicycle after all. It's got pedals, but it's a moped-style e-bike, right? You really can't raise the seat, adjust it in any way. You just sit on it and spin the cranks. And I'm 99% sure this thing has a cadence sensor. So let's do this. Let's test out what this thing's like to pedal. I'm gonna start in the granny gear, pedal assist 0, and see what it's like to pedal. It's okay, you know, for a Moped-Style e-bike, it's not that bad. The seat's pretty narrow. I mean, it rubs a little bit on the inside of my thighs, but it's not super wide, so it's not bad. I mean, it's doable on a flat road, but it's no fun. So let's go to pedal assist number 1. There you go. Now it's just barely giving me the power needed to sustain this. I'm gonna drop a couple of gears, go to pedal assist number 2. There we go. 11 miles an hour. Pedal assist number 3, drop some more gears. 15. Pedal assist 4. Drop all the gears. Got 17, 16 on the bike's GPS. Here we go. Pedal assist 5. Let's see if we can crank out that 32 miles an hour they promise. 28. Come on. 28. Oh, no. The bike just doesn't want to give me any more power past 28 miles an hour. That's it. So while we head over to set up for the brake test, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my first impressions, right? I've done about 2 miles on the bike so far. I've been on it for about a half hour, starting and stopping. And let's touch a little bit on bike quality. First off, I am mind blown at what $1,000 can get you in 2025. Hovsco's really nailed it with this little bike. If you want an inexpensive Moped-Style e-bike that's got a decent amount of power, that's got really good specs. I mean, other than maybe a bigger battery and maybe a bigger, more powerful motor, this little guy has it all, right? Like, well, what else do you want? It's got turn signals, it's got lights, it's got fenders, it's got hydraulic disc brakes, it's got fat tires that'll take you anywhere. Well, we'll find out about that if we take it off-road. But so far, I'm really impressed with the offering Hovsco's giving you right now for $1,000. And don't forget, I've got a discount code to save you another $100 off this bike in the description down below. So this might be the time to get this bike. And I say that I'm mind blown at the quality I'm feeling, and that's because of one thing. This entire bike is just solid. Like, nothing rattles, nothing clunks on this bike. You know, even the suspension, right? Like, I'm sitting on it, it's stiff, it's not super springy like a pogo stick. The front fork, it's nice, you know? Like, it's not clunky like some of the other forks that I've ridden on $1,000 bikes. Everything on this bike just feels tight, just feels pretty refined. Time to set up for the brake test. Here's the marker I want to stop at, and I've got a 20-foot distance to the first marker here. And this is where I'm gonna slam on the brakes going about 28 miles an hour. Hopefully I can still get up to top speed. You know, the battery's lost a bar. So let's get on the bike, turn it around, get some speed, and see how quickly I can stop. Now, I've got high hopes for this bike. It's got some grippy tires and the road is bone dry. The only thing, actually, you know what? I don't think anything's gonna hurt this guy's braking performance. The only thing that might make the bike a little bit unstable when braking is the short wheelbase. But we're gonna find out. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Let's try to get up to top speed here. 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, and brake. Oh, yep. Now, it was a little bit skittish when I was stopping. It was kind of going sideways a little bit. But those are the type of things that are going to happen with a short wheelbase. You're going to lose a little bit of stability for maneuverability, right? That's kind of the give and take here. But overall, man, 27, 28 miles an hour, stopped within 20 feet, no problems. Dual piston hydraulic disc brakes biting onto 180 mil rotors. Come on, it's $1,000. Guys, as far as braking's concerned, everything that's happening here on the GTRS definitely gets a check mark for me. Time to take the GTRS off-road and onto the beach. Now this little 750 watt motor might bog down in the sand, but you know, they say they're pumping 1,500 watts into this thing, so let's go see how it handles that. You. You know, for $1,000 bike, this thing keeps blowing my mind. It feels so good, even off-road. Like, there's nothing clunking around. You don't hear the suspension just loose and bouncing all over the place. Everything just feels so tight on this little guy. Yoo-hoo! This thing's a lot of fun, man. Woo! Okay, here we go. Hopefully we don't get stuck. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go! Oh, whoa! Oh. It's wet over here. I'm gonna try to maybe stick to the top over here where the sand's a little bit more dry, a little looser. See how it does. Oh, it's doing it. It's doesn't have the most amount of power out there, but it's doing it. Let's get ourselves off the beach and talk a little bit about bike and ride quality. I'm gonna say it again, man. For $1,000, you really can't go wrong if this is the type of bike you're looking for. Okay, so let's take 2 minutes and talk about bike and ride quality and really what I'm feeling. Let's start with the contact points. The grips are actually not bad. The only thing that they're missing is that they're not lock-on grips. So if you really try hard, you can spin these on the handlebar. But overall, they feel great. They're nice, soft rubber, so they grip my glove really, really well. You know, I'm giving these grips probably a good 8 out of 10. They're the same on both sides. They're not slippery. They don't feel like plastic. They feel like grippy rubber. Very nice. The pedals are basic metal pedals. With a bike like this, it's somewhere to rest your feet. And being that they're metal, they're not gonna wear down like those plastic ones. So again, pretty decent. Now the seat, guys, this seat is one of the nicest, cushiest seats I've been on in a long time. I mean, this seat is nicer than some of the $3,000 to $4,000 bikes I've been riding lately. And you guys know which ones those are. I've been on this bike for a solid hour now, done about 5 miles, and this seat is just awesome. If you're planning on getting a moped-style bike and you want the seat to be the most comfortable thing about the bike, take a look at the GTRS. Next, the frame. I mean, the frame, just like you guys saw in a lot of the third-person shots, the bike is short. But the nice thing with this seat is that if you're a taller rider, you can sit further back on this seat. And if you're small and you don't have that bigger reach, you can sit more up top. It's surprisingly easy to get along with, no matter how big you are. It's got a decently low standover. You know, I'm 5'9", I can reach the ground super easy, almost flat-footed. So, you know, if you're all the way down to 5'2", 5'3", you're still gonna be able to reach the ground with your tippy toes, no problems. And, you know, if you're a taller rider, You can move the bars forward and get a little bit longer reach. You can sit further back on the seat and still be able to fit on this bike, no problems. The suspension on this bike is actually surprising me. I thought this was going to be clunky, right? It's $1,000. I thought it was going to be super generic, springy suspension, and I thought it was going to feel awful. I was prepared to just turn the sound down so that you guys wouldn't hear the clunk and rattles and stuff like that happening off this bike, but there's none of that. Everything on this bike feels tight. There's no rattles. Everything is just so well put together. I think Hovsco did a really nice job of building this bike. There's no clunk on the fork. You know, it just feels really, really good. It feels the way it's supposed to. It's pretty generic suspension, right? There's no adjustments. You can't increase the air pressure. There's no preload or rebound or lockout or any of that stuff. But for what it is, it's got a really good amount of support, right? Like I'm close to the 200-pound range and I can't bottom it out. And right, so if you're heavier than I am, you're still gonna be able to fit on this bike and it's still gonna be able to support you. And if you're lighter than I am, well, I think with some decent impacts, you're still gonna be able to get some decent travel out of the suspension. So again, I think it's gonna fit a pretty wide range of different body types. The tires are Chaoyang fat tires. We've had these tires on a lot of other bikes. They're super popular. They're pretty well rounded on the road, off road. You guys saw, I mean, they link up with everything and they've got really good traction on the road, like you guys saw in the braking test. And finally, the electronics. What are you gonna say, right? The bike's got a decent amount of power. It's a 750 watt motor, which is legal in any state out there, right? It does accept a lot more power, so when the bike requires it, like for a hill or for acceleration, you know, Hovsco gives it that extra amount of power to get some performance. I'm a little bummed out that it doesn't do the quoted top speed of 32 miles an hour, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe with a freshly charged battery, and maybe if that was the first test that I did, you know, maybe it would have gotten above 30 miles an hour, but I don't know. I feel like brands shouldn't overpromise, right? Like I revved this thing up in the studio with no weight on it, and the fastest we got was 29 miles an hour. So if I'm missing something, if there's a setting in there somewhere, if there's a wire I need to cut, let me know and I'll try it out. But overall, the electronics are really decent. The screen's fairly bright. I can see it fine, even in the direct sun. Well, you know, in the direct sun, it's kind of hard to see, but as soon as I put me in front of it, in the shade, no problems. It's not the brightest out there, but I kind of whine about the same thing with every screen out there. So the throttle works really well. The pedal assist works really well. Again, kind of wish it went a little bit faster, kind of wish it had a little bit more power, but man, again, it's $1,000. There is one little thing that I find a little bit annoying, and this would just be something to get used to, right? I ride a lot of different bikes and they all work a little bit differently, but the turn signals, right? The turn signals share the plus and minus button to go up and down your pedal assist mode. So if I wanted to go from 5 all the way down to 1 very fast, I can't do it because double clicking that minus button turns the signal on. Same thing, if I wanted to go from pedal assist number 1 to pedal assist number 5 really fast, I'd click it fast, and all I'm doing, I'm not even going up the pedal assist modes, I'm just turning the turn signal on and off. You have to just press the button nice and slow to go up and down your pedal assist modes. Otherwise, it just engages the turn signal. It's a tiny bit annoying, but I'm sure I'd get used to it, no problems. And finally, the brakes. I feel like the brakes are one of the biggest highlights on this bike, other than the overall comfort and build quality. For them to put 180 mil rotors and hydraulic brakes on a $1,000 bike, again, blows my mind. It goes so far for making the bike feel like a quality bike with good brakes, good frame, good suspension, you know, no rattles. This bike just feels very, very well put together. Range report. I've done 12.5 miles so far, and I've just hit the second battery bar. So I've done 3 battery bars and we're at 12.5 miles. They say on the website something crazy like 50 or 60 miles, but come on, it's a 15 amp hour battery. So worst case scenario, riding it like I do today, full throttle, full power the whole way through, throw in some hills in there, throw in a regular sized human, 15 to 20 miles is what you can expect to get out of this 15 amp hour battery. Can you double that by putting in some of your own pedal power? Probably, but 50, 60 miles? Come on. So $1 million question, who's the Hovsco GTRS really for? Well, obviously with its $1,000 price point, it's gonna be for someone on a pretty tight budget. But you know what? For $1,000 bucks, Hovsco has nailed it out of the park. I've ridden bikes that are twice the price of this thing and similar quality. So for Hovsco to come out swinging with a $1,000 offering and get you this, just mind blown. Decent power, very, very tight, well put together frame and package, really good brakes, great electronics. I mean, what else do you want? It's got everything you need. If you're looking for a moped-style e-bike that can take you anywhere you want in comfort with a decent amount of power, and you're looking for something with a nice short wheelbase that's super easy to maneuver around tight spaces, then do yourself a favor, man. Come look at this bike. There's a link in the description, as well as you can scan this QR code with your phone's camera. That'll take you right to their website, guaranteeing you the best price or whatever promotion they've got going on at the time. And I've got a $100 discount code right here for you guys to use, so don't forget to use it. And if for whatever reason the Hovsco GTRS is not the perfect bike for you, that's okay. Maybe the bike in this video will be more of what you're looking for. I'll see you guys over there.